Right now in this country, a whole lot of people, if you go into rural India, a whole lot of people don't know what is India. You have to build a nation in people's minds and hearts. This is a simple thing. Why should I stand up in a cinema theatre? That's a question. No, not necessary in the cinema theatre, but how many of you by yourself will go and attend a Republic Day parade or go for flag hoisting on an Independence Day and stand up and sing the National Anthem? You don't. So because the only damn place that you go to is a cinema theatre, we are asking you to do it there. A nation, when we say a nation, all nations on the planet are not in the same state of development, evolution and social and other realities are not in the same state. Looking at India as a nation, we are trying to make this a nation. Still there is no real nation because still a whole lot of people are identified with their caste, creed, many things, with their community, many things. Because we are yet to make a nation out of it. We should have done it early on after 1947, but we did not do that work properly. As you said, discrimination is there based on your caste. That means we've not made a nation yet. You are separate nation, I am separate nation, isn't it? Just because of your birth. So if you want to make this a nation, there are certain tools, certain symbols, certain acts, and anthem is one of them, that we are trying to make a nation out of this. And we are a nation where 500 million people have not eaten properly. Largest number of malnourished people on the planet, unfortunately in our country. Nearly 60% of rural population in India, their skeletal system has not grown to full size, they are all like this, compressed. Dissipated life, underdeveloped life we are generating. But we have debates about whether we should stand up or sit down when the anthem happens, all right? Simply because we've lost our humanity. I'll come to this. And we have issues with our sovereignty. Somebody is always trying to gobble part of what you call as India. That itself is not settled. We don't know where our borders are, yes? And you and me are sitting here today comfortably talking about many things simply because there are men who are standing there who are willing to die for this nation. There are men and women who are willing to die for this nation. Every day they're dying. You may be seeing it as statistic, but unfortunately, they have wives, they have children, they have families. A man who stands there willing to stake his life, willing to make his wife into a widow, willing to make his children into orphans, at least please tell him, we don't care a damn for this nation, you also come back, what are you guarding against? Why should a man stand there guarding this nation when we are not willing to stand up for a simple symbol of the nationhood? It is 52 seconds, it's a shame. Now, the kind of arguments people are creating is, what if somebody is handicapped? Arre, don't we have that much sense? If somebody is handicapped, we will not ask him to stand up? What nonsense is this? He can sit like this, he can sit like this, showing some expression for the nation. Nation has to evolve. If this nation in the next 25 years comes to a place where all citizens in this country are well-nourished, we can bring down our nationalism and patriotism by 25%. If in another 15, 20 years or 25 years, if everybody is well-employed, well-to-do, nation is bursting with prosperity, then you can bring it down to 50%. Someday if you come to such an egalitarian situation where there is no caste, no creed, no discrimination, gender, caste, creed doesn't matter, we are all just boom. If you come to that stage, we can talk about dissolving the nation and making nation into a global possibility. But Without understanding the realities, when your sovereignty is not fixed, when you don't know where the hell your border is of this nation, and half the people have not eaten properly, you are talking about in one hand popcorn, one hand Coca-Cola, and you can't stand up. No, this is not okay. This is not okay. This is not a question of nationalism, this is a question of your humanity. Nation is not a God-given entity. It is an agreement among us what a nation is. Yes? Nation is not some God-given thing, it's we who made the nation. There is an agreement what we will respect, what we will not respect, what we value and what we do not value in this country. So this is an agreement that we have made. So this is not a question of your loyalty, maybe you're doing some great work, but you don't want to stand up. But I'm telling you, this is not about you who is well-to-do. This is about those people who are still not fed properly. This is about those people who are dying on the borders. This is about those people who are being rubbed down to the ground on a daily basis. In this nation, we need an emotion to move this nation to a better status. For this emotion, everybody needs to participate. It's like saying, tomorrow you want to build a family. You go and tell your wife, see, I'm very agnostic, I will give you what you want, but I will not invest my emotion into this family. You think you will have a family? You think you will have one? So, standing up for the national anthem and a few other symbols of that is just that you are creating an emotion, because nation is only in the minds and hearts of people. It doesn't exist anywhere else. There is no nation in the world. Nation exists only in our minds and our hearts. If it doesn't exist in your heart, how will it exist? It will not… it'll cease to exist. First of all, let us be very clear. Without investing our thought and emotion, there is no nation. Right now in this country, a whole lot of people, if you go into rural India, a whole lot of people don't know what is India. They know only their caste, they know only their community, their full allegiance is right there. You have to build this nation in people's minds and hearts. You don't build a nation just around. If you build a road and a bridge and something, nation will not happen. You have to build a nation in people's minds and hearts. This is a simple thing. Why should I stand up in a cinema theatre? That's a question. No, not necessary in the cinema theatre, but how many of you by yourself will go and attend a Republic Day parade or go for flag hoisting on an Independence Day and stand up and sing the national anthem? You don't. So because the only damn place that you go to is a cinema theatre, we are asking you to do it there. Because this is a nation, as I said, I'm reminding you, you don't seem to have the pain in your heart, because I have travelled through villages and rural landscape of this nation so much. I have seen people in such horrible conditions continuously, even today. Just here, in this state, just travel around, see, it's one of the well-to-do states in the country. Go to the remote parts of this state and see how people are. Most of them have not eaten properly in their entire life, okay? When this is the condition, we have debating about nuances, 52 seconds if I stand, my legs will melt down. No, I'm saying this, can you create a nation without investing your emotion into the nation-making? Can you? What I'm saying is, find one simple process that all of us can use to express our love for this country. Find that. But then we will stop the national anthem and do that one. But this is a country of 1.3 billion people. Each one of us, our own language, our own culture, our own castes and creeds and eating, dressing, everything is different. When it's like this, we need some common point which we all plug into and say, this is our thing. So this is the flag. I know flag is just a bloody cloth, we know that. But it's we, by investing our emotion, who make it sacred, isn't it? In 1947, when the flag went up, the entire nation stood up. Entire nation stood up. Because at that time, we knew what it meant to be oppressed by somebody else. Now we've forgotten. That's all that's happened to us. So now, you do not understand, this country has 1,000 years of history of invasions and invasions. And in every possible way we've been rubbished, do you understand? And we have forgotten this, that just 60, 70 years ago, we had famines where people did not die in hundreds of thousands, they died in millions. We've forgotten that. We think… We are talking a language of America. You must understand, United States of America, in every sports event, major Super Bowl is happening. If the national anthem goes, everybody stands up, not just stand up, with their hand on their heart. So that nation is doing what it is doing. It is also a complete conundrum of cultures from variety. People have all come from outside in this generation. They're not even born there, but they all stand up with such pride. Because of that pride, that nation is the most powerful nation in the world. If you don't have pride, what do you do?